Sharing in Google works the same way across the entire suite. So if you know how to share Drive folders or docs, you know how to share anything, sheets or slides or anything. I'm going to right click on my test folder. I could also click on the three dots to the right. I'm going to right click on my test folder and go to share and click on share. So the default for Google sharing is I own this document, nobody else has any access to it. It's totally restricted unless I give them access. If I wanted to add one person to give access to this folder, I could add this person and I could make them an editor, which means they can organize, they can add files, they can edit files, they can basically do anything to it except own it. I could let them comment on things in the folder, or I could let them just view things in the folder. I'm going to leave it as editor right now. And I've got notified people checked, so Carl will get an email that says, Debbie Rothke shared the test folder with you, so that he will know it's there instead of just having to stumble across it and share it with me. So we'll click on send. Now the way the permissions work when you have something in a folder is they copy down to anything in the folder. If I open this folder, and here's my document, and I click on share, you'll see that in this document, because it was in the test folder, Carl is the editor and it's restricted and nobody else can look at it. So those permissions copy down. Now if I want other people to be able to see things in my folder, if I go to share, I have another choice, and that is general access. Normally in a corporate situation, or for me in an educational situation, you don't want to send things out to everybody. Perhaps you want to add people with their emails or add them as groups, but not just send it out to anybody with the link can view. So if I click on restricted, I have anyone with the link can view, which if you look at my normal Gmail account, I'm in two accounts here, so bear with me for a second. I would see restricted or anyone with the link. Anyone with the link can either view or comment or edit. So if you are going to pick one of those, I would highly suggest viewer, because you don't want people to be able to delete your files, move your files, so on and so forth. I'm going to go back over to this account because I want you to see that there's some other things you can do. Let me go ahead and save this and come back to it. Let's go to share again. Now if I click on Carl's name, he can view, he can comment, he can edit, and then I have some other things down here. I can add an expiration date, so I can say I only want him to view this for a certain amount of time. I can edit that expiration date by picking the date and the time. I could also remove his access if I wanted to, or let me put him back as editor again. If he's an editor, I also see transfer ownership, so I could actually let him own the folder. So in your company, you may or may not see these things. You will definitely see view, comment, and edit, and that's under general access. View means looking at everything inside of it. Comment means making comments on things inside of it. Edit, you can do anything with it. The add expiration date is normally in commercial applications of Google Drive, and hopefully you will see that. Transfer ownership, you would see if you own a file and you want to give the contents to something else, which sometimes you need to do if somebody else is taking over your project. Remove access removes his access from this file altogether, and you can see that it says that. When I click save, it will remove it again. Now the thing you want to make sure that you're careful about when you're sharing files with people is that you are giving them the proper permissions that you want them to have. You can go back and change them at any time, and just remember that they are copied down to any documents that you put inside the folder. So if I go look at this now, you can see that I've taken his permissions away and they're gone.